Now we move to a man who has been a Boston Bruin for 32 years. Milt Schmidt, the general manager of the Bruins, former coach, former great player. Milt, of the 32 years, I imagine what's happened so far this season has given you as much satisfaction as anything else.
Well, it's been a few years that have been rather dry, you know, Hal or Dan, and it certainly is refreshing to be right up in the thick of things for a change again, and it's been a long, hard battle, and let's hope that it just continues. It's going to be just a lot tougher to stay up there, you might say.
Milt, after last season you took over as general manager, the club had finished out of the playoffs for 8 years. How did you assess the situation when you took over the job last year?
Well, first of all, when I was asked to be the next general manager, and I said, what do I do? Because it wasn't a very pleasant situation to go into, you know, with the draft coming up, which was very important this year, and plus the fact of also the record of our club the year before, winning only 17 games, and immediately I thought, well, gee, I've got to get some size, first of all, and I've got to make some changes, even if they're bad or good, and even if I had to bring up half of our Oklahoma City hockey club. But fortunately, due to a couple of moves and getting a few new faces, new desire, the will to win, determination, why, this is entirely a different hockey club, and we certainly have shown it by staying right up there for 36 games.
Of all the moves you've made, what's been the biggest one, the biggest factor?
Well,
that's a tough question.
It is a tough question because actually I've got about 10 new faces on this hockey club compared to last year's, but the trades certainly have helped us. We got size, and we got some fellows that did play on a winning hockey club, and they more or less brought that winning ways along with them. And plus the fact also, I think the left side of our defense in Ori and Smith certainly have helped us behind the blue line.
That's been a big surprise. What else has been a big surprise as far as you're concerned?
Well, Shaq, for instance. There are times when you get a little peeved, you know, when he gets silly penalties, but that's in the game, and he certainly makes them keep their heads up out there. But he has instilled a lot of desire into this hockey club. He works very hard in practices, and everybody else just follows him. He's got good sense of humor. He gets a few laughs when we have to have them, and he gets very serious when he has to have them too. But he has been one of the determining factors in our hockey club. Plus the fact also with Stanfield, the way he's going at center ice, I don't think anybody really expected him to do as well as he has been. But I knew what he could do due to the fact that I had the pleasure of working with Freddie up at our Burnell Manor Boys Camp, hockey camp, for 2 years, and I knew what kind of a competitor he was, both on the playing field and on the ice.
Just before we leave, Milt, where do you think you can finish?
I think we're going to finish in first place, and if I didn't think that way, I shouldn't be here.
Milt Schmidt, thank you very much, and continued good success with the Bruins.
Thank you very much, Dan.